Hi, this is Chris McKaylee with another video podcast. And today, the topic is the role of administrative agencies in state government. California's administrative agencies play a key role in state government as well as in public policy development. That's because there are over 200 state agencies, departments, boards, commissions, councils, all of which have some level of authority to implement, interpret, and enforce state laws, and of course, to promulgate regulations. These entities enjoy quasi legislative, that is, the authority to adopt regulations or make laws, somewhat similar to the legislative branch of government. This is their so called rulemaking authority. These executive branch agencies also have quasi judicial powers, such as the authority to interpret laws, to enforce them, to license and regulate professions and occupations. So these state entities can also formulate and influence state policies and legislation by administering the laws that are adopted by the legislature, as well as implementing executive orders that are promulgated by the governor of the state. As a result of this, administrative agencies of our state government are often important players in public policy development in our state. For example, by influencing pending legislation that impacts their jurisdiction, such as air quality by the California Air Resources Board, interest groups, the legislature, and the governor are impacted by their views on these bills. They also are able to interpret statutes, enforce the laws, adopt regulations, etc., all to implement the laws and policies of the state of California. And because they're part of the executive branch of state government, these entities are generally responsible to the governor, but they also play an important role in advising the governor and his or her staff on pending legislation, the state budget, and obviously public policy issues that fall under their jurisdiction. As a result, those engaged in developing public policy must obviously engage with these administrative agencies as well. As a result of their input to the governor, legislators and interest groups must consider the views of these agencies and departments when they consider legislation and the pros and cons of particular bills or issues. The recommendations of the state administrative agencies, just like their federal counterparts, can often carry great weight with the governor and his or her staff when they make final decisions. The regulated community must also pay close attention to the work of these state agencies, as well as the departments, boards, and commissions found in the executive branch. They all have general or specific rulemaking authority, which means they can add, amend, or repeal regulations that impact those who are regulated by them. What are some examples? Nurses and the state nursing board, agricultural companies that spray their crops, the Department of Pesticide Regulation, health plans by the Department of Managed Health Plans, etc. So many of these state agencies also enjoy enforcement power over the businesses or professions or occupations that they license and regulate. By having this enforcement power, these state entities can enforce the statutes and regulations that govern the conduct of those that they regulate. This means that these state entities can investigate a company or an individual, cite or fine them for a violation, in some instances, even suspend or revoke their license to conduct business in the state. And this enforcement power obviously is very important and means that these state entities are influential with the regulated community that they oversee. So whether conducting, conducting investigations or enforcing the law, interpreting the law, state agencies in the executive branch of state government are always crucial players in our system of government, and they often wield enormous power with a myriad of different entities in and out of state government. And so it's always important to be aware and engaged with the administrative agencies of California state government.